Hello everyone, I'm back. Welcome to another video. I've got a microphone this time, so hopefully the audio is going to be better. But anyway, how are you? I hope that you've had a really good week. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me. I hope you're going to really enjoy what I've got to show you in this video today. It's a bit longer than the last one. Last one was an intro to me and why I decided to do videos on a new channel. So we were talking last time about me being on my own for the first time since my early 20s. And I was thinking about some of the reflecting on some of the really good positive things about being on your own. So if you're on your own, hopefully you can resonate with this, because I was out shopping, and as happens, things jump into your trolley, into your basket, that you just weren't planning on going out and buying. You had no reason to get them, but you just love them, and you just think, yeah, you're coming home with me, come on. And when I walk in the house, there isn't anybody judging me. Mittens gives me a bit of a side eye, but she doesn't care. She's not bothered about what's going on with my interior designing and my decor. And it's just so nice to be able to make the choices that I want about, how I want my house laid out, what girly stuff that I want to put everywhere. Um, I tend to like lots of ornaments and lots of pictures on the walls, so I can indulge myself, completely indulge myself. I also like changing things up. So if that's you, do you get a bit bored with the way things are and you think, yeah, I'm just going to put those in a cupboard for a while and I'm going to bring out something else? And I just think that's a really good thing to do, because it's all about chi. Apparently it's really good for feng shui, for the movement of energy, the circulation of energy in your home. So if you leave the same ornaments there for years on end, the placement of the furniture, if it just stays there forever, then energy can get stuck and blocked, and it gets blocked in clutter as well. So that's another good reason to declutter, and it's an excellent reason to have a bit of a change around. um, so yeah, I like changing things up. I like moving things around, and so it's just been perfect. And I've been able to just go, oh, what the heck, I'm going to buy this, and it's just going to work. And if it doesn't, I'll put it in a cupboard until I make it work. So there is that. But then the downside of it all, there's always a downside. Somebody's alarm's going off outside. Perfect. The downside is that when I've done all my redecorating, or I've brought my new things in and I've styled them, is that there isn't anybody to show. So my poor daughter, she gets bombarded with photographs of stuff that she doesn't want to see. Bless her. She puts a really good effort into to appear really interested and really excited about all the things that I'm doing that aren't particularly exciting, but they're exciting to me. And my poor friends, when they walk in, I'm just like, oh, you haven't seen this. So they've got to go and have a look at it. So I'm like a kid, when you made something at school and you saw your mum and you just went, look what I've made. I'm like that all the time. I get a bit overexcited with everything. But anyway, speaking of buying things that you didn't have any intention of buying, well, I bought a tray in TK Maxx last weekend, and it's changed my whole viewpoint of the way that I want to have my dining area in my kitchen. So best laid plans and everything. And the idea was that there is this dining area in the kitchen's quite big, and I thought, I'm going to put a round table. I'm going to get a round table. I'm going to get 4 chairs. And I've seen a table that I really like in Ikea. It's a lovely round table with a pedestal, and then it opens out into an oval. So you could get 6 people around it. You can extend it basically if you want to. And I think it's something like £265, this table. So I thought, I'm going to save up for it. But that was my intention. I'll get this round table. And I also wanted a rug to go underneath the table, but you know, I didn't really know what kind of rug. And you know, rugs are expensive, aren't they? Like if you've looked at rugs lately, they ain't cheap. Um, and you know, I do love Facebook Marketplace. I love browsing through, and you know when there's certain things that you were looking for, Facebook Marketplace is like, um she's looking for this, we're going to show you, you know, whatever it is that you've been browsing for or searching for. But the thing with rugs, if you go to the extent of going to somebody's house to look at a rug, it might be a bit dirty, it might not be the, you know, in the condition that you want, you might not even like the design when you get there. And I just feel like furniture, it's easier, but rugs is a whole other thing because there's pets in the home and, you know, all that. So I thought, I don't want to spend a fortune on a new rug, and I don't want to buy a second-hand one. So I really need the rug for the table. I'm saving up for the table. So it was all like, right, I'm just going to have to wait. I'm not happy with the way it is at the moment. So I have got a sitting standing desk that I bought from Ikea, and it's something like 1.6 meters. So it's really long, rectangular shape. And it does take up quite a lot of space in the kitchen. And I've been raised it up to this this half standing level, and I've put my old kitchen bar stools underneath it. So it doesn't look great. It looks like an office table with some very basic IKEA bar stools around it. And I thought, I'm just gonna have to put up with this. But every time I look at it, I think, oh, it makes me so unhappy. And it's making me more and more, you know, having this sense of urgency about getting the new table and chairs. So anyway, back to the tray, back to TK Maxx. Oh, I will get to the punchline of this story. So I went to TK Maxx, and if you're in the States, it's TJ Maxx, but we call it TK Maxx here. I don't know why, but we do. So anyway, I went to my local TK Maxx, and I was browsing around the homeware section in there because it's quite a small homeware section. And on the bottom shelf, there were these trays. And I thought, oh, they look really nice. That'd be nice. Get a little tray to put in my garden, bring drinks out and snacks and that kind of thing. And I saw this tray, and it was huge. And I'm going to put a link to this picture of this tray. I did take a video at the time because I was so excited that when I found it. And it's like chinoiserie, you know, the beautiful kind of Chinese effects that I think the Victorians used to really love it, and it's got birds and flowers and that kind of thing. Anyway, this tray was just magnificent, and it was only 19.99, which to me I would have expected it to be double, treble the price. And I just thought, I've got to buy this tray because it's gonna look spectacular in the center of my work table that's acting as a dining table in my kitchen. So I had to go then and get a trolley for this tray because it was so big it wouldn't fit in a basket. And as I was going to get the trolley, I just looked up at one of the shelves, and I could see there was this thing folded up. And I thought, is that a rug? And it was screwed up on the top shelf, and it had a half price sticker on it. So I opened it up, and do you know what? The colours of it, the size of it is absolutely perfect for underneath my table in the kitchen, in the dining space. And this rug was £32, and it was half price. And it's one of those that's like a washable rug. Now the other thing was buying a rug. That was the other tricky thing about purchasing a new rug. That why I had to see it was because I've got a little pantry door that opens out that I use all the time. And then I've got patio doors that open. And the thickness of the rug would have intruded, or the doors would have hit the rug if it was too thick. So that was really, really foxing me. I just didn't know what to do. This rug is so thin. Oh, I'm over the moon. So, and you know what? If I don't like it in the future, if I just think, oh, I found a better rug, or this looks a bit naff, it cost me £32. and it's just fabulous. I'm so excited. So then I've got this rug and this tray that are making me want to restyle my kitchen table area and actually live with the stools and the table. So that is what we're going to do today, is we are going to style the table. And I bought, so we started with a tray, which then led me down a rabbit hole of going to the range. Does anybody go to the range? It's absolutely fantastic. It's a really, really fantastic place because we've got quite a big one here where I live. And I found lots of things to put onto the tray, and oh, I was just so excited. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The happy accident of me wandering around TK Maxx finding a tray has now led me to being able to use the table and bar stools that I've got in a different way, style it up, make it look more bougie. Bougie on a budget, that's what we're all about around here. Because we ain't got money to be spending on really expensive things. Well, I don't anyway. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at right now in life. Because I want lots of things. I want a lot of bang for my buck. And that's what we can have when we go to certain places. So I promised to show you and share with you things that I like buying. So are you ready for this? Well, let's go styling. Let's go style my work table that is now actually I'm falling in love with as a dining table for now. So this is my kitchen floor, and this is the brand new rug. So isn't it lovely? It's very thin, as you can see. It's a nice thin indoor-outdoor rug, so it's washable. But it has this lovely, like a beige kind of background, and then these leaves that are in this, I want to say like a browny grey colour. So it just goes so well with the floor. And then this is what we're working with in terms of the tables. This is my work table. It has a handle, like a little lever that comes out, and then you can wind it up or down. So it's really great as a work table, but it doesn't look very fancy as a dining table. As you can see, there's little Mittens' little bed in the corner, which she never uses. She just sits on my really nice bar stools at my island. So whatever, we try. Estella and Isaac bought her that, and she don't want to use it, but they're so fussy, aren't they? And then those are the Ikea stools that I had in my old kitchen, and they were fine for that. I bought them on Facebook Marketplace, so they were second hand. So they've got quite a few, let me just show you this one, quite a few scuffs and marks on them because they were, other people had been using them and they were just selling them on Facebook Marketplace. Now I've got this lovely, lovely picture. I don't know if you can see because there's so much light reflecting on it. This gorgeous, fabulous Mr. Fox in his orange armchair with this amazing suit. He's just so elegant. I love him. So I got him in HomeSense. So HomeSense is part of TK Maxx. Pretty sure that they are. So anyway, they both are amazing places to shop, but for the furniture and for bigger pieces of home decor, more expensive stuff, HomeSense is the place to go. I can highly recommend. So I hope this is not too echoey in here. So yeah, so this is this kind of very bland, boring white situation, but I feel like it's getting grounded by the rug now. So the rug, fabulous. Now let me show you the tray. The tray is coming, incoming, and here it is. So it's wood, and it's got this beautiful kind of gold trim on it, these lovely handles over here, and then this gorgeous pattern, this motif with these flowers, and the green colour, I don't know how it's coming off on camera, but it's just such a beautiful warm green, like a very warm sagey kind of green, more like that colour that you're seeing there, the colours being being dampened in the middle, but it's all that colour really. That's the true colour of it. And it's just, the quality of it's just amazing, and I love it so much. And I think that this is going to be one of those things that I'm just going to have for a really long time, and I'm going to use it in lots of different ways. But this is going to be the basis of the kind of centerpiece of my dining table inspo. And I'm going to show you some other things that I'm going to use to dress it up and style it and make it look fabulous. So I thought, to ground the tray before I put it on the table, it'd be really nice to have a runner underneath it in a similar kind of green shade. This is coming off grey on camera, but it's actually more of a green. And this was from Home Bargains. I actually ended up getting two runners. I got one with it was a plain white one with a little green piping on it, but that just looked very clinical on the table. So I thought, this is lovely. It's got this lovely texture to it. And this was only £4. So we are doing well. We're doing well with the bargains. And I love Home Bargains. I love B&M, Home Bargains, the range. They're all really within close proximity of one another, and TK Maxx, where I live. So it's fabulous. So we're going to put the tray down on top of there. And it just gives it something nice to almost like underline it. Just going to get that centered. And so I think that that's looking really good. The next thing that I got was this fabulous vase. Now this is from the range, and they do all kinds of different vases. They do some really big ones, and I wanted something that was quite large. I love the way it's got these little handles on it and this lovely detail. It's got this lovely, I don't know if you can see the crackle glaze on it. It's fabulous. So it's like a lovely stoneware glaze. And this vase was £14, so love that it was so affordable. And then I always take a look at the faux blooms, the faux flower stems in the range. And they're usually only between like £1.50 through to like £3 per stem. So I got 3 of these. Are they like lilacs? But they're this gorgeous cornflower blue colour. And then these, I don't know what they're called, but I love them. And there's just one big stem of those. I think they were £3.50. But I sort of threaded them in through the lilacs and have little ones peeking through there. I think a little bit like clematis. That's what they look like to me. But I don't know. I'm sure somebody's going to let me know in the comments what they're meant to be. So we're going to pop that there in the middle of the tray. Looking fine. I love it. I'm loving the blue with that green. I just think it works. And that's not a colour that I really have in my house, so I'm pushing myself out on a bit of a limb here. Now the other thing that I got is this beautiful candle. So it's really heavy, and it is orange blossom jasmine. It smells absolutely gorgeous. So this came from the range as well, and I believe it was £7. So it's a really big candle. It smells absolutely divine. And I also happen to have, this is from Ikea. So I bought a few of these little candle votives, tea light candle holders. So I just popped a tea light in there. So I think that goes really nicely with this kind of amber glass that we've got going on with the candle, and I already had that in stock in my little stash of different things. Then the other thing that I saw in the range was this beautiful piece of coral. Now it's resin or plastic, but it doesn't half look real. I think they must have cast it from a real piece of coral. And again, that was like £5. So absolutely love that. Now, one of the things I wanted to do with the coral is to, again, ground it on top of something. And I had this book, How to Live on an Island. I love this book. It's just a really sweet little book, and it's got lovely illustrations. And it's all about being mindful and just enjoying life. It's a cute little children's book, but it's very much, got a lot of very very serious themes, written in a very joyful way. So good for kids and adults. It's a nice little coffee table book, or in my case, a tray book to place my coral on top of. So I'm going to put it facing like that, sort of long ways. Move you along. And so that's what my tray is looking like. Now, the other thing that one of the things that was bothering me is just how kind of bland it looks. We've got a white radiator covered, white wall, and white stools, white table. So because I'm not in a position to get new chairs or table just yet, I thought it'd be really nice to bring in a bit of pop of colour, a bit of design, graphic design. And I saw these cushions in the range. Now the range have a fabulous selection of cushions, soft furnishings. They've got some really good, bedding and things like that. So these were £12, and there were others that I liked, but they didn't have 4 of them, and I've got 4 stools, so I wanted 4 of these pillows, of these cushions, sorry, not pillows. So let me just put that there and show you what it looks like. So it just gives it something, and it makes it look like that's actually the chair cover. It's got the black and white graphic design, and it just connects to the frame of my lovely Mr. Fox picture. Just adds a little bit more drama that otherwise was looking really, really boring and white and bland. So I'm going to do a big reveal and show you what the whole thing looks like. So that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my little update to my dining area and my kitchen. Do let me know what you liked in the comments. Also, if you've got any other suggestions for me, do bring them, because I'm really interested to hear about what you've got to say about what you're working on. Any places that you like to go shopping, share, because I'm sure lots of us want to find out about, get the lowdown on bargain places to shop. And next time, I want to talk about a piece of furniture that I bought recently in Home Sense, because when I moved here, there were things in this house that I didn't have in my previous house, and I have the luxury of having quite a nice sized entryway, which I never had in my previous house. So I'm absolutely loving it. But I had the dilemma of what am I going to put in there? So I want to show you how I've styled that up, and also keep you updated on other things that I'm doing creatively around the home and just for myself. So I hope that you're going to come back and watch more videos. But in the meantime, thank you again, and wishing you a wonderful week. Take care.